The newest Pokemon TCG set, Phantasmal Flames, has been officially revealed. So in this video, we're going to go over what this means for you as a collector or an investor. I hope everyone is doing well. If this is your first time to the channel, I'm Cody from Sellig's Pokemart. If you'd like to show your support or enjoy content like this, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you can get more videos like this, or you could always head on over to our website, which will be linked in the description below. Recently, we did a video on the supposedly leaked Mega Charizard X special illustration rare, and we talked about the set size a little bit. And that was one thing that was good and concerning at the same time. It really depends on what side of the coin that you are playing on right now. So, for example, with the smaller set size, that means that the chase cards are going to be so much easier to get because there's going to be a much smaller pool of chase cards to chase after. So, if you want that Charizard card, you might only be battling against pulling 4 or 5 other special illustration rares in that same rarity spot. Whereas in some of these bigger sets, there might be 8, 9, 10 special illustration rares that you have to get lucky enough to pull the correct one that you are chasing after. So this really does help collectors a lot trying to get that card that they want. Now on the other side of the coin, what this does mean is its short-term value is going to be relatively low for a lot of these chase cards. So keep that in mind when making your decisions, whether you're investing in this set long-term, short-term. Honestly, long term, I don't see a big issue with this because it will eventually appreciate, but I do feel like this will take away from the demand slightly. And I want to also talk about a little other thing that I've noticed that Pokemon has done, and that is the exclusion of Mega Charizard Y. So it's looking like this set is going to have the Mega Charizard X, but not Mega Charizard Y, meaning that Pokemon is essentially going to try to stretch us a little thinner and really milk that Charizard cash flow that they've really done a lot in the past. However, it looks like they're taking it to the next step because if by splitting the Charizards up, they're going to have another Charizard-oriented set coming in the near future. I'm very sure of that. So that means get ready. There's going to be a lot of Charizard hype probably coming in 2026. I've warned you. Let's get on into some of the information. We'll look at some of the products that have been revealed. So right now we are on PokeBeach. PokeBeach is a really good source to get official information. They don't like covering leaks that they can't prove being true or at least have enough evidence to point towards being true. So they're usually a pretty solid source. So right now it is looking like Phantasmal Flames is featuring Mega Charizard X EX, which we have already known. We've seen the leaked image, so this all but confirms that that leaked image is all but true at this point. This will be our second English set of the Mega Evolution block, and it releases on November 14th. So we don't really have a lot of time between the Mega Evolution base set and Mega Evolution Phantasmal Flames. Pre-orders will likely open on Pokemon Center within a week, which is normal to think about because in the past, we've been noticing that Pokemon Center typically likes to drop their pre-orders within like a week or two before the most recent set releases. And there's a lot of divide in the hobby about this. A lot of people don't like that because it really takes away from the current set. And I can definitely understand that. I understand the side where Pokemon Center is really just trying to push out product, keep the cash flow going, and it works for the business. Pokemon is one of the biggest, highest grossing toy IPs in the world, actually. So it's working. They're obviously going to just keep doing what is working. So we have some actual images now that have been released. We have the pictures of what the booster box looks like. We have the pack art on the sleeve boosters. And here's another thing to take note of. So typically if Mega Charizard Y was going to be featured in this set, I have no doubt in my mind that it would actually be on this artwork. There's no way in hell they're gonna have a Mega Charizard X without the Y. They're gonna double down on Charizard. Charizard sells everything. It's a proven fact. It doesn't matter if you like Charizard or not, it's proven. Gengar does well though as well. So this will definitely be a very hyped up set. I'm not trying to take that away from anyone. This is going to be a really great set, I'm sure. I personally am a huge fan of Gengar, if you haven't seen by my store logo. Gengar is basically the poster child of my business, and I'm really happy to be chasing after a Mega Gengar here. So that is going to be one of my main chase cards. Now, I've talked about this in my other video and we discussed Obsidian Flames because this was a very comparable situation where it was actually based around one Japanese set and a bunch of loose things that they just threw into the set as filler, and that set did not perform very well at all short term. Actually, it was pretty drastically bad, honestly, when in terms of value of some of these cards. For example, today's modern chase cards, you can expect to see $200, $300, $400 cards, whereas Obsidian Flames, this chase Charizard card was going for about $50 to $70 for like the first couple months, and then it crashed really low to like 40 or below. It has slightly risen over the years, but honestly, that is nothing in comparison to today's modern chase cards. And then you see Mega Lopunny and Mega Heracross here as well. So some really cool Mega Pokemon that are being featured. We have the blister arts already revealed, and the set logo. So this is actually, I'm really a fan of this logo. I think the colors look really awesome together. We have some other artwork here, which we will just do a quick close-up here. If you want more time on them, you can always pause the video and freeze on the frame here. Or honestly, you could always check out Poke Beach after this video if you'd like to slow down and really read through it a lot slower. But here are the Elite Trainer boxes that they're featuring a illustration rare promo of Charcadet. Very oddball, random promo to be thrown in there, but okay. The artwork really knocked it out of the park here. I really love the style of this, and here's the Pokemon Center artwork, which is obviously usually very similar to the regular one. And this is the promo that is supposed to be in this Elite Trainer box. A separate but related Mega Charizard X EX, I know it's a mouthful to say, Ultra Premium Collection will also release on November 14th, the same day as Phantasmal Flames. So this is going to align with Phantasmal Flames, which is something we've never seen before for a main set release. Now you could bring up 151, the UPC, but that actually isn't even true because yes, it's based around a single set, but that was also a specialty set, and the 151 Mew UPC also did not release on the release day of 151. It released months later. So this is the image that we have here of the Ultra Premium Collection, and I'm assuming that we will be getting this as a promo card, which is really dope. This is what they revealed on Worlds at the finals, so that's really cool. Phantasmal Flames will feature over 120 cards, 6 Mega Evolution EX, Charizard X, Gengar, Deancey, Lopunny, Heracross, and then 1 mystery Pokemon that has not yet been revealed. Here is another picture of a Mega Charizard X EX. And no, this is not a shiny Charizard, by the way. If you are not familiar with the Mega Charizard X, it's actually black in color. 4 Pokemon EX, 13 illustration rare Pokemon, 17 ultra rare Mega Evolution Pokemon EX trainer cards and energy cards, 5 special illustration rare Mega Evolution Pokemon EX and supporter cards, 10 trainer cards. Phantasmal Flames will be our smallest regular set in years, and it will only contain 94 cards before secret rares. We discussed this in that previous video. I will make sure that I link it at the end if you'd like to check that out. We called this a little while ago, talking about how this would actually affect the set and the performance, which we've already gone over, how it does drastically affect the ease of pulling some of these top chase cards, which will drastically affect the value short term. Again, long term is obviously a different beast in its own, and it can definitely change. And I'm sure being a Charizard set, it will still perform very well. This might actually make this an incredibly good opportunity, though, for the investor side of the hobby. Because of this, that means product will eventually crash pretty low in price at one point. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, because there is still a problem with the scarcity of the product being distributed at distributors to the stores. There are just so many store accounts, and the demand. Product has been distributed a lot differently lately than it used to be, so like there's a lot of variables in play here. But in time, I'm pretty certain that this booster box, this set, or products based around this set, essentially, will not hold an incredibly high value, not the value that you might think of for short term being a Charizard set with this said, because the top chase cards are very likely going to be on the lower end of the threshold as far as secret rares have been performing lately. Our Phantasmal Flames will be based on Japan's Inferno X boost set, which obviously the English sets are always based around the Japanese sets. In most cases, each English set is roughly 2 to 3 Japanese sets combined into one. In this case, it's only going to be one, and then they're also going to be adding in the Mega Gengar EX and Mega Diancie EX decks from Japan. So we'll have about 18 unique cards being thrown in from those theme decks into our set. So this is essentially exactly what happened with Obsidian Flames back in the Scarlet and Violet era, and it just didn't really perform well because they did that. We will also be getting our own Mega Gengar and Mega Diancie decks as well on October 24th, but they will most likely contain future reprints from Phantasmal Flames. This will allow you to collect some of the cards a few weeks early, like Mega Gengar EX and Mega Diancie EX. Their only exclusive cards should be the promo illustration rares of Haunter and Meloetta. And here are the pictures of these products. And here are the illustration rares. Very beautiful card. Another beautiful card. For the past 11 years, Charizard has been the star of each block's second or third set, essentially. This tradition continues with our Phantasmal Flames set. So if Generation X releases in fall 2026, Generation X meaning Generation 10 if you didn't catch on to that right away, Charizard exemplifies its new gimmick like terrestrialization or mega evolution. We could see another Charizard set in 2027. And these were just some examples of the past. Would like to know though, how you feel about the set size. Do you like the idea of having less cards in the chase card pool so that it's easier to get what you want while sacrificing some of the value, or would you rather a larger set so that you know that some of these top chase cards would hold larger values, but that would also mean that it would be a lot more difficult to get these cards? I want to know your opinions in the comments below, and if you did find value out of this content, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you could see more videos like this. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all on the next one.